because you won't get nothing. Now keep it up.
Give me the food, though.
What? Come on, get your food. Grab it.
You're an asshole.
You're an asshole.
You are an asshole.
Well,
You're an fucking asshole.
Bye, asshole.
You're an
bye.
fucking
I hope
asshole.
your food cold.
We ain't talking to who?
Try you or nothing, but I'm saying like,
you don't care.
Like I said, if you was missing the coat, you should have said that when you was sitting.
I told you, and you walk away and you said all that funny shit.
No, you guys are just doing your job. If you don't like your fucking
What?
job, then go get a fucking another job.
Because I won't give y'all none of y'all gonna keep going back.
Oh yeah?
Give me the coat. Yeah, oh yeah.
Act up, nigga. Do it. Do so. Do so, nigga. Don't give me the coke. Do so, nigga. Don't give it to me then. Alright? Don't give me a coke then, nigga. Don't give me a coke then. Don't give me a coke then, nigga.
What's the combo? We need a coke. What the fuck ass talking about? Broke ass bitch. I mean, what the fuck you making 2 days? Yo, throw your shit.
Did you talk to
Yo, look at that nigga, dog. He threw all that shit at us. Look. Look at that car, nigga.
Hey man, and this so funny because when you listen to the brother talk, man, this is a sodomite.
Don't snatch with me because you won't get nothing. Now keep it up.
Give me the food, though.
What?
Hey, Salaki,
not only is he a sodomite, he's a he has no class. You feel me? Like, first of all, you work in fast food. No fast food is real reckless. You feel me? You heard and then you know the people in the car. It's a longer version of this video. Them is Hispanic brothers and sisters in that car. You feel me? That's why I say brothers. You feel me? Them Hispanic brothers and sisters that he threw that pop on. That's his brother. Don't even know it. That's his brother and sister in the car. That he threw that pop on like that, but he don't got no class. He wasn't raised right. You feel me? You know he wasn't raised right. He a goddamn homosexual.
Hey, and Salaki, if I could real quick, that's what's so scary about giving these homosexuals all that goddamn power that they got with the ABC LMLP community. You know what I'm saying? Because they think that they're held to another standard and everybody else is held to. They ain't gotta follow the same rules and the same regulations everybody else gotta follow because they're sissies. You know what I'm saying?
They like the new what's that called? What is it? Affirmative action or something? You feel me? Where they gotta hire you, they gotta respect. I'm for real.
Thanks. No,
the LGBT community is like the new like civil rights movement, where everybody is banding together to try to help them succeed. That pause. Succeed.
Hey, for real. If you would have told me they was that they was Hispanic, I would have thought they was at least Dominican because they all sound Dominican, which that's still all our people at the same time.
Yeah, they might be Dominican. I don't know exactly, but I've seen the video. They Hispanic. They Hispanic.
So. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so at the same time, like these homosexuals, they think they on a different scale than what everybody else is on. If that was a straight black man, he would have been fired straight off the bat.
Oh yeah.
There would have been no ifs, ands, buts, or nothing about it. You threw a coat on a customer?
You know what else so funny? He's not even thinking about the consequences. He's not even thinking about the consequence. Like, this is your job. You got to come here every day. You ain't even thinking about the fact that they could come back up here and kill you if they wanted to. They know where you work. Because you so emotional and so effeminate. Probably was raised by his mother. I'm about 99% sure there's no father around. Especially the way
he threw all that shit at us.
Hey, and that's what's so scary about
You're an asshole.
You're an
asshole. You're an fucking asshole.
Bye, asshole.
You're an
Bye.
fucking
I hope
asshole.
your food cold.
He a straight bag.
And that's not even the only order he fucked up. He fucked up the order before too. You fucked up the
right.
Order
that's
before.
why I say this is
fucked up their order. Then gonna have the audacity to have an attitude with the people that you fucked up their order.
Right. That's why the sister on the passenger side, like, man, if you don't like your job, just get another one.
Right.
You don't like doing this stuff, you don't like dealing with people, just get another job. Like, come on, man. But look, if I may, we got to get the scriptures to prove what everything we saying. Let me get Proverbs 22:6. This is disgusting. For one, he's a homosexual. And two, he has no class. There's no class in him. And, you feel me? He wasn't raised with no class, no morals.
Hey, Proverbs 22:6. That's a ISUPK bread and butter.
Yeah,
that's
bread and butter.
I think I make a T-shirt for Proverbs 22:6.
Yeah,
I got a T-shirt for Proverbs 22:6.
You always promoting, ain't you?
Hey, I do what I can do every now and then. You know what I'm saying?
I do what I can do when I can do it.
I can do what I can do when I can do it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I got a T-shirt for Proverbs 22:6.
Right.
Matter of fact, I got one for you. I got one for your son next time I sing too. I'm gonna give your son one next time I sing.
I definitely appreciate it for sure.
Yeah, that's gonna be my gift from me to him.
All right, Most High Christ. Let's do 6 and 7.
Come. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 6. Train thy child in the way he should go.
Right. First of all, that's when you're supposed to instill morals and class into a human being. It starts off when they're young. You feel me? Because when they're young, they're real impressionable. You feel me? Which can be a good thing and a bad thing. You can either be impressionable on your child when he turns into this sodomite here throwing cups of Coca-Cola at customers because he messed up their order. Or you can raise up a child and he can be a goddamn man. She can be a goddamn lady. But it's going to start off when they children. That's why the Bible is the blueprint. The Bible has always been the blueprint. You feel me? For a society to be run correctly. You got to start when they little. That's why they put dolls. What they put a penis on a black doll, a transgender doll is going around. Because the so-called white people that you have to start young. You have to push this on these kids young. Dwayne Wade's son. You got to push it on them young. You feel me? Because once they get older, go ahead. Matter of fact, it's gonna break it down. Go ahead.
Well, now, Salaki, let me piggyback on what you were saying, just kid. The only reason why I was so able to throw a Coke on our passengers in the car is because the LGBTQ community. He got a whole community that'll back him up and they'll say this is wrong if you fire this homosexual. You know what I'm saying? But if it was anybody else, that's what anybody else. You know what I'm saying? They'd have been fired on the spot. I work fast food. I ain't too good to admit that. I work fast food. And I know if I would have thrown a customer, I'd have been fired that minute.
Right.
Straight up and down. The only reason why he was comfortable in doing that is because he's a homosexual and there's a community that'll back him up.
Right. That's why I say it's two evils going on. And we breaking it down to the scripture. How them two evils would have never occurred on this young man at all. He got two evils. One, he's a homosexual. Two, he has no morals, no class.
Come. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 6, in the middle of the verse. And when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Right. It say, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. You feel me? And that's what the so-called white man knows. That's why he attacks the children young with his propaganda. You feel me? Because when the child is old, man, it's nothing you can do. You feel me? You can't try to push homosexuality on somebody that's been taught since he was a child that is wrong. You feel me? It's not gonna work. They're gonna look at you like you crazy. But the children, not because they don't know, they're impressionable. So if they taught that homosexuality is nothing wrong with it, then that's gonna be something they're gonna, partake in. You feel me? And like this brother right here. So he wasn't trained right. And that's what we gotta do as Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. We have to train our children in the way we want them to be. If you teaching your child how to love everything and love everybody, it's the type of spirit you pushing on him, man. You got to teach these young men to grow up and be men, not effeminate like this.
And it's a lot. If I could, if that masculine man that was inside the car would have got out and whooped his ass, the man in the car would have been wrong, because it's a homosexual right here, and there's a whole LGBT element of the community that would have backed that homosexual up.
Yeah, it would have.
Now that turned into a hate crime, because now this masculine man that was in the car that beat up this homosexual that was in the window that completely disrespected him. You know what I'm saying? If that was a man versus man, we already know we from the world. You know what I'm saying? You from Chicago, Illinois. If that would have happened to you, you know what I'm saying? You would have hopped out the car and whooped that nigga ass. Me being from Kentucky, that would happen to me in a McDonald's window. I'd have got out the car and whooped that nigga ass. You know what I'm saying? But in today's time, since that's homosexual, he feels so comfortable to where he can do some shit like that. Where if that man got out the car and whooped his ass for doing that, that man in the car would have went to jail for a hate crime.
Yeah, but this is the time we living in. We living in Sodom. You hear me? Living in Sodom and Egypt all over again. Yeah, go ahead, go to verse 7. Now we got to talk about. Now we got to talk about his job. The first part was based off more of his morals and the alternative lifestyle he living. And let's talk about his job.
Let's talk about his job. The book of Proverbs 22, verse 7. The rich ruleth over the poor.
And that's one thing that the young brother don't know. You feel me? Because he wasn't trained right. That the rich rule over the poor. You feel me? That's why he's in this condition in the first place. You feel me? Because the rich rule over him. That's why he's working at a fast food restaurant, getting paid next to nothing. Probably could barely pay his rent every month. That's why all this stuff is happening. It ain't happening because you and this brother really got a problem with each other. He's being oppressed, you being oppressed. He coming to get some cheap food because that's all he can afford. You work for a cheap fast food restaurant because that's all you probably able to get right now. And you know why? Because the rich rule over the poor. These people that own these businesses could be paying him enough to where he would have been the nicest drive-through person you ever met, but they don't want to. Because the rich rule over the poor. Go ahead.
Come on. And the borrower is a servant to the lender.
Right. And the borrower is a servant to the lender. When you go to a job, you go to these slaveries, you're borrowing time for money. You feel me? You get paid by the hour. You're borrowing time for money. You are a servant to the lender, man. And that's another thing you gotta understand living in society, man. We is servants to the rich. You feel me? That's another thing that'll help you get through the day without you going crazy. You feel me? It's the simple fact that all this stuff is going to come to an end. You feel me? It's going to come to an end. That'll give you a little bit more class and morals, knowing that these rich people will soon be the poor, and you will soon be their overlords.